Global.
La Jaula is open for business. Marcos Lloreda, the top welterweight of Combate Global, is ready to extend his streak. But one man, Ecuador's Javier Basurto, stands in his way. Combate Global starts now.
Combate Global.
What an incredible fight. Can you believe what you just saw? We have a champion.
Combate Global is presented by Dude Part 2 in theaters March 1st. Oh, it's a very chilly night in the Magic City. But there's one place in South Florida that's hot, and that's the Univision Studios, home of La Jaula and Combate Global. Welcome. 2024 season kicks off with the women's fight. Veronica Vargas taking on Blanca Medina, followed in our main event, Marcos Lloreda versus Javier Basurto in the welterweight division, and Erik Villasmil of Venezuela taking on the Mexican Brandon Gonzalez El Prendido. We are amped, we are ready, and welcome to those folks watching us for the first time on Fuse Network. It is a pleasure to have you here, and boy, we are excited to bring you all the action from La Jaula. I'm Rodolfo Roman, joined by Alex Wendling. I got chills, Alex. I got chills.
This card is absolutely stacked. I cannot wait to tell these stories of these fighters. It's going to be a good one.
And we got so much representation of different parts of the world, from Mexico, Costa Rica, the United States, of course. And we have some non-stop action, mucho más acción. That's what we're all about here in La Jaula. The 2024 season about to kick off. We're going to kick it off with the women, and the women never disappoint, Alex. They always bring it every single time that they step inside the Jaula, especially Blanca Medina, who's coming back again, fresh off a victory. She wants to extend that winning streak.
Yes, and when you're in the women's flyweight division, you have to go out there to make a statement, because it is a stacked division, and both these female flyweights are forces to be reckoned with.
Veronica Vargas from Costa Rica was initially supposed to debut last year. However, for unforeseen circumstances, she had to wait just a little bit. She is a pro Muay Thai expert, then transitioned into mixed martial arts, and now she's ready to put it all into work. Undefeated inside La Jaula. There you go, the head-to-head, 33 for Vargas, for Medina, 24. The height differences, just 1 inch, right? What's half an inch? That's a 5.5 height, 5.4. Beatriz Calles, introduce our fighters.
Combate Global es presentado por Doom Parte 2, solo en cines, este marzo 1 del 2024. Combate Global is presented by Doom Part 2, only in theaters this March 1st of 2024. Y arrancamos con mucha más acción, las reglas de La Jaula. 3 vueltas de 5 minutos, 3 jueces, utilizando el sistema de 10 puntos. Este duelo en la división peso mosca desbao. In the flyweight division, los jueces son the judges are Lorenzo Toledo, Armando Álvarez y Jonathan Lane. Y ahora, damas y caballeros, llegó el momento de un Combate Global. Introducing the blue corner, en la esquina azul, wearing white and blue, vestida de blanco y azul. Su peso oficial, 123.6 libras, her official weight, 123.6 pounds. Esta noche entra a La Jaula invicta como profesional con 2 victorias. Tonight, she enters La Jaula undefeated as a pro with 2 victories. De San José, Costa Rica, Veronica Vargas. En la esquina roja, in the red corner, wearing yellow, vestida de amarillo. Su peso oficial, 125.8 libras, her official weight, 125.8 pounds, con un récord profesional de 1 victoria y 1 derrota, with a pro record 1 victory and 1 defeat. De Sevilla, España, Blanca Medina. el referee, Ramón Ramos.
Right, ladies, we're going to use in the dressing room. Atrás. Una pregunta? You got a question? Pregunta? Question? Shake hands si ahora quiere. Que Dios la bendiga. Step back. Step back, all the way back. All the way back.
All right, in the words of legendary heavy metal band Pantera, 5 minutes alone per each round. We got Medina from Spain taking on her opponent from Costa Rica, Veronica Vargas on the opposite side. And the 2024 season kicks off at Combate Global. Really looking forward to this one, Alex. Again, Veronica coming in undefeated 2-0 against Medina, who's looking to extend her winning streak to 2 wins in a row.
And Veronica landing early with that ledge. She's standing in a southpaw position, clinching up, and we've seen in her past Muay Thai fights her make great use of that clinch, getting in those knees, and now has Blanca pinned up against the cage.
Well, Medina said that she's been putting in the work after her first defeat here in Combate Global, her debut actually fight. She came and stayed in South Florida to fix up her tools. Since then, she has not returned to Spain. She's been working with MMA veteran Mike Sperry in her ground game, which we will more than likely see right now.
And she gets the double leg takedown. Look at her go. She's moving from half guard, trying to maintain position here. But Veronica Vargas has been training with Renzo Gracie's fight camp over there in Costa Rica, so she should have some tools in her arsenal to get off of this, especially with her back pinned up against the cage, able to work off the wall.
Medina looking very, very crisp right here in this position, using La Jaula very well.
The same position that she got against Alexandra Pujola, the Peruvian, that she got her most recent win, a rear naked choke. Can she sink that other hook in and hopefully and potentially get the back here?
She's working a way to get something in here, maybe softening her up to make Veronica make a mistake and expose that throat of hers to land in a rear naked choke, as you said, Alex.
And what Veronica needs to do here is really make sure she doesn't sink both of those hooks in. Of course, she's gonna, get some of those punches to the face, but they're not doing too much damage right now.
There, the hooks.
She's got to shake her off. Shake, shake, shake her off. She's a little bit high, so she just does a little bit of shaking to get her off. She should be safe here, but we'll see.
And for those joining us here for the first time on Fuse, thank you so much. Very happy to call Fuse home. We got one of the top heads of Fuse Network, Mr. Mike Rogero, on here in the studio. Thank you for joining us.
And he's in it for a lot of action. Mucha más acción, as you can see now. And just take a look at the elasticity of Blanca's
We
hips.
may have something here, Alex.
It's on the chin. It's a neck crank right now, but that can make you tap if it's tight enough.
She does have
She's
that
got to
chin
fight
down.
the hands. She gave a thumbs up here, but let's see if she'll be able to fight the hands and get into a better position. Because this is not a fun place to be when you have 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first round.
And sometimes they'll let you know, look, if it's not working for you, switch it up. Eventually something will open up your way. But Vargas, although coming in with that undefeated record and that background in Muay Thai, has not competed in MMA since a couple of years ago. She said she wanted to put in the work before she got here in La Jaula and
Switching
competed.
her grip.
Oh,
That
she's
could
just
be tight.
great, great, great body.
It
triangle
does
there.
look like it is on the chin a little bit, so Veronica's able to survive here, but
In a tough position. Vargas would have to some way have to slip in that right arm to break up the hold, but nearly impossible here. Great way of maneuvering though for Medina, not giving up on that position. It's a good opportunity, Alex, for Vargas to switch around here. They are getting a little sweaty, making it a little bit easier for her to. There's the turn, Alex.
dribbles out. Let's see if she'll be able to get the most of the scramble, but
Right back to the back.
Blanca Medina is great at that. Even in her one loss against Jacqueline McLean, she was always able to get the better of the scrambles. She's taken down, she's the first one to switch hips and able to get something else. And now you'll see the little shaking motion that Veronica has to do to get her off her back. But the survivability of Veronica right now is very impressive. That is a tough position that she was in.
She has a lot of heart and tenacity getting up, and I'll tell you that Veronica does have some great ground and pound, so Medina can't take her lightly.
And there was potential for Veronica to take the back, but Blanca had great defense, making sure she wasn't able to get those hooks in. And that's just the proactive stuff that you have to see at this level of the sport.
Of course, Medina riding very high. As we know, there is a world champion from Spain You have a story to tell about that.
Yeah, Blanca Medina was watching Ilia Topuria get his featherweight championship. It brought a tear to her eye, and she is looking to make her name within the Spain sport community. And there she doesn't get the better of the judo throw that went down, but let's see if Veronica will be able to capitalize, being heavy pressure on that sprawl.
Yeah, Medina there kept on holding to the leg. Should have tripped her. That leg was available there for her to trip. Instead, she paid for it, got her the back, but now walked right here in the clinch, working, landing in those shots with Alex.
And we'll be able to see if Blanca can make use of that underhook that she has there. She got a taste of one of the knees from Veronica.
Ooh.
But now we have less than 10 seconds to go. And
head and arm throw.
Nice throw.
And that is the 5 minutes. They still wanted to keep going. There's still more time, ladies. We still got 10 more minutes to go. Great way to start off the 2024 season here in Combate Global. Alex must say, look, we gotta wait till March 1st for the action and the battle to take place in Dune. You're getting a head start here in La Jaula.
Yeah, we're getting a little appetizer of all the action scenes we're gonna get. Wow, look at this sequence with her on the back, and Veronica able to survive these flurries of punches and not let the choke be sunken in. Like I said, it was on the jaw, and she was able to maneuver out of there. But she's definitely not going to want to spend the majority of this second round in that position.
Now, one thing that's impressive, though, although Medina had a lot of time there working the ground game, Vargas did not quit. Found some opportunities to transition, and we are ready for the second chapter of this 5-minute round fight to open up the 2024 Combate Global season. The Jaula looking very nice.
A little bit of blood coming from Blanca Medina's nose. And Veronica looking ready to go as well.
Oh.
Works in a teep right away. She's going to look to keep things at distance and not get too caught up on the ground with Blanca.
Great teep to start it off, Alex. And once again, Vargas trying to take Medina to the ground, using La Jaula there, positioning her, landing in those shots. And you know, Alex, if you look at that in between rounds, Medina walked off breathing kind of heavy.
She did, and now Veronica is able to make great use of that whizzer, but Blanca has her pinned up against the cage. We'll see if she'll be able to work in a takedown. Veronica does have a slight size advantage here, but Blanca really is strong. She's compact. And so we might be able to see if she works in some shoulder strikes there too, a great elbow on the way out.
Vargas working here from the clinch. And there is the open scoring. As you see it, all three judges are to Medina for that first round in Combate Global. We do have open scoring per judges. Some coaches do decide to unveil the results. Some stay away from it, but that option is available for the fighters.
And this double leg takedown, not as dominant as the one as we saw in the first round, but she got it nonetheless, and now she's working to get mount. And this is a position that Veronica does not want to spend 3 minutes and 35 seconds in. She's going to have to do a kip and escape, get out of here quickly, and make the most of those scrambles. But like I said, Blanca, she is always the one to capitalize in those moments where you have to hustle for the position.
And Medina working from this position, landing in those hooks, perhaps softening her up to allow Vargas to give up the chin and land in a rear naked choke, just like he finished off her last opponent. Maybe we could see the same result in this bout for Medina.
But perhaps getting the finish here, because Veronica is looking a little bit more gassed than she was in the first. And again, Blanca is like a spider monkey on the back. When it comes to flexibility and having the dexterity to stay on the back, it takes skill.
Yeah, just like we left it in that first, but good body lock right here from Medina. Still the chin of Vargas is down, Alex. What can Vargas do from this position? Although that right arm kind of seems a little loopy there. She's still breathing. She's still all right, Alex.
Well, the body triangle is loosened up now, so Veronica can begin to try to escape when it comes to the legs not being fully locked in that body triangle. And Blanca's a little bit off to the side now, but she still is putting a lot of pressure on Veronica. Yeah, it could be a very similar sequence that we had in the first round.
Referee Ray Ramos keeping a very close eye to it in case.
Beginning to crank on that.
Oh, cranking there, you could see.
Right on the jaw.
You can see what Vargas is feeling right there. She is a trooper hanging on. She's not quitting. She definitely wants that first victory in La Jaula as she makes her debut in Combate Global. And how sweet it would be if she would have flipped this fight around and get a win for Costa Rica.
Veronica Vargas has that grit. I've seen in some of her other fights when her arm is close to snapping, she doesn't tap. She keeps going. So it does not surprise me right now that she's pushing through and trying to figure out a way to get out of this compromised position. But Blanca Medina, she is going to start switching up her grips. And the sweat, being able to slip under her chin, this could be a problem for Veronica.
Medina's not quitting on that. She wants to continue to pursue that potential rear naked choke. And she's hanging on. Hopefully, she still has a lot of time. Minute and 13 seconds to go. Hopefully that loosens up to work in that arm down her throat and get that rear naked choke.
And Blanca Medina switched her feet from being crossed to the body triangle. Much safer for her to be on the body triangle side because Veronica could have attacked those two feet when they were crossed for a straight ankle lock. But Veronica surviving here. This is a position that she was probably training with Renzo Gracie, but again, when you try to fight and throw punches like that, you're leaving room for your neck, and she's able to escape.
Oh, there's a turnaround, Alex. Now the advantage goes to Costa Rica. Vargas laying in those hammer shots from this position. However, look at that right arm, Alex, from Vargas.
She's definitely leaving it out there.
Medina escaping from this position. She was getting some punishment. Now grabbing onto something to slip her way from this position. But Vargas riding through, now flipping the coin. Now it's her turn. And she may get that rear naked choke unless the time is on her side.
What a back and forth battle between these two flyweights.
I'm telling you, Alex, my race, my heart is pounding. And it ain't the caffeine.
Both of these fighters looking exhausted. They dapped each other up at the end of that round because there's a lot of mutual respect going on. But man, Blanca Medina, she was able to really control for the majority of that round.
For those watching us or fuse, are you not entertained?
Wow. The women of Combate Global always bring it, Rodolfo.
Absolutely, Alex. Take it away.
Yeah, so Veronica had her pinned up against the cage here for a little bit, but again, she gets the worst of the scrambles, but making the most of what she can from that bottom position with those downward elbows, seeing out her Muay Thai skill, but we're gonna have to see more of that Muay Thai skill versus her just being stuck inside the body triangle of Blanca Medina, because we could see a lot more when it comes to being on the feet, but Blanca Medina has been able to capitalize off that ground game.
Yeah, I haven't seen much of that Muay Thai action from Vargas, and that's because Medina is cutting in that distance, bringing her into the clinch, and trying to take the fight to the ground. But look at that left eye there of Medina. She got a little shiner. 5 minutes left. Who wants it the most?
And Vargas quickly opened it up with some strikes, aggressively coming at Blanca.
You don't want to do that.
A little tired.
You don't want to do that against Vargas. She will go toe-to-toe in a brawl with you. But Medina, knowing what she has to do, which has been working for her, and that's pinning her to La Jaula, working from the clinch, and maybe switch the levels and take it down to the ground. But she can't get sloppy, Alex. Look what happened in the second round.
Veronica Vargas is feeling good coming into this fight. The last time she was with Combate, she cut to 115. Now she's at 125, and she's feeling more high energy than ever, especially training at Costa Rica, where she's surrounded by high vibration people. She is really coming out to play in this third round.
Veronica Vargas is pura vida as we go here at the open scoring, Alex.
Look at how the judges scored it. We have a 19, 19, and 18 and 20, and 19, 19. So this round could really mean a lot, unless we get the finish. I mean, look at her laying those knees up against Blanca Medina. Those are not easy to eat.
That's that Muay Thai right there with the knee and the shots.
Dude, Blanca could be done. She's out. She's dazed.
Medina's not protecting herself. Yeah, she's just out of it right now. Right now, it's just fighting like a zombie.
Veronica Vargas needs to capitalize on the dazed state of Blanca Medina. She looks very gassed right now, but can she get a second wind? We have 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in this final round, man.
Holy cow.
These flyweights are killing it.
Look at El Jefe just standing Jaula side, enjoying this great action inside La Jaula.
Woo. The people in the crowd are losing their mind. Those body shots are really adding up for Veronica Vargas.
Oh, Lord.
And it looks like she has the gas tank to get this done. Hopefully she can feel the energy that she just needs to keep going and finish Blanca while she's down.
And the great thing about this is, Alex, that Vargas is pinning Medina to la jaula, but she's active, landing in those elbows, knees when the opportunity is available. But Medina right now, as you stated, seems like she's just a bit gassed out.
A little bit. Who knows if it has to do with that eye really bulging out, but it just looks like a cardio thing right now. And she didn't have to go very long in her last fight when she won in the first round against Alessandra and sunk in that rear naked choke. But now she's feeling the wrath of someone who's non-stop pressuring her and really delivering some tough shots to the face, the body, and legs.
Vargas can make it 3 in a row for her career as a professional mixed martial artist.
An attempt at a desperation takedown. Let's see who gets the better of the scrambles. In the first 2 rounds, it was Blanca, but now let's see if Veronica Vargas can do anything off of her back, training with Renzo Gracie's team in Costa Rica.
You know what?
I have a feeling she wants to get back to her feet, though.
Oh, absolutely. Right now, it's definitely going to benefit her, but Medina, she says she's been working with Sperry on the ground, and there it is, getting it to the feet, but Medina once again wanted to take the fight to the ground. Back at it again. This is where Medina likes it to be, to stop that onslaught of offense from Vargas, and she nearly had the trip, and that was well, as Medina stopped it right there and then.
A little grimace of pain for Blanca Medina. Something might be wrong other than just her eye.
She's looking at the clock. Yeah, something is there. She's kind of winking, checking herself. Something is a little off there, Alex.
And Veronica Vargas able to make the most of that throw that she's been doing throughout the entire fight, really using her upper body strength and hip momentum to get Blanca Medina down to the ground. And now she's laying down some short shots. Can she forward herself into her position? Maybe to mount, maybe to the back.
Medina is in deep trouble, hanging on to that left leg of Vargas. They'll hopefully work her way through, maybe get a mount, get something, but Vargas could make it 3 in a row, and how sweet it would be. She took that time off to really focus and hone her skills. She definitely has put in the work and is showing here tonight inside La Jaula.
I would love to see Veronica Vargas take advantage of that neck sticking out and just get a high elbow guillotine, not turn away and give your back. She might be gassing out a little bit too. Blanca Medina.
When you're this late in the fight, Alex,
sometimes you don't see
you
what
just
you
forget.
normally feel.
The coaches don't even though they're screaming at you, you're just not going to be able to hear. Plus, it's very loud inside here, the studio. So 10 seconds to go. Who wants it the most? Definitely a nail biter. Judges are going to have to decide this one, as this was a very, very close bout.
Blanca Medina able to end it on the back, but not being able to do much damage from there.
I don't know about you, Alex, but what way to kick off the 2024 season in Combate Global with a hard-hitting action between Spain's Medina and Costa Rica's Veronica Vargas, as we have more action in the result right after the break. Much respect from both of these warriors, but who took the fight? Who will continue on? Beatriz Calles, the result.
After 3 rounds of much more action, this is the final decision. Después de 3 vueltas de mucha más acción, esta es la decisión oficial. El juez Lorenzo Toledo anota 29-28 a favor de Veronica Vargas. 29-28 in favor of Veronica Vargas. Armando Álvarez anota 29-28 a favor de Blanca Medina. 29-28 in favor of Blanca Medina. And Jonathan Lane scores 29-28, 29-28. And the winner, by way of split decision, la ganadora, por decisión dividida, Veronica Vargas!
Costa Rica, pura vida, make it 3 in a row. This young lady has yet to taste defeat in the world of mixed martial arts. Definitely made that transition from a Muay Thai fighter to a mixed martial artist, and it has been quite well, defeating Blanca Medina. What a fight, Alex.
What a fight, and really well-deserved, coming back in that 3rd round. The 3rd round is really what solidified her win. Just the stand-up game, non-stop, body shots, head, being able to get the takedown and capitalize off of the scrambles. Veronica Vargas just made a lot of people in Costa Rica very proud tonight.
Costa Rica is excited right now, celebrating the victory of this young lady, Veronica Vargas, out of San Jose.
And now she can celebrate at Envision Music Festival in Costa Rica. She'll be working it. She'll be seeing people dancing and vibing. Congratulations, Veronica Vargas. Now let's take a look at these stats.
Let's look at the stats. 21-28 punches and 27-32. So you can't really go by off of the stats. The point is that 3rd round, or midway through the fight, Alex, is really when Veronica Vargas switched gears and took that victory. Of course, the 81% effectiveness of Medina. However, a victory for Costa Rica as we get ready for our main event. Lloreda, Basurto, welterweight bout coming up next. Combate Global is presented by Dune Part 2 in theaters March 1st.
They massacred your people and my father.
War is coming. You have the power to raise an army.
Use it.
I am Duke of the Racket!
Who taught you to fight like that?
Kill them all!
Your father didn't believe in revenge.
Hell, I do.
Dune, rated PG-13.
Combate Global is presented by Dune Part 2 in theaters March 1st. Well, the war is coming to Dune March 1st, but the war has commenced inside La Jaula. Hello again, Rodolph Roman, Alex Wendley from Miami, Florida, home of Combate Global. And we are now ready for our main event in the welterweight division between Lloreda and Basurto. Let's meet these boys before they get square off.
My name is Marcos Lloreda. My previous fight with Rogelio Melgoza, I feel like the fight was very one-sided. Like, I outstruck him and I out-wrestled him. And that's one aspect of my game that I've been trying to show, that I'm a strong grappler as well. I'm a strong wrestler as well. freedom fighters martial arts is young and up-and-comers. So a lot of these kids, they look up to me since I've been there and I've done that. Other really good fighters from that gym that say, Mark, you're our captain.
Mi nombre es Javier Basurto, soy originario de Manabí, Ecuador, vivo actualmente en Machala. Soy striker cuando debo y cuando también no quiero intercambiar golpes, soy muy wrestling también. O sea, la mayoría de mis peleas las he ganado por wrestling. Y cuando no quiero jalarme a piñas arriba, como se dice, jalarme a puñetes, lucho.
Basurto, he's got a big record. He's got a lot of experience, he's got a lot of wins. So a win over him makes me look that much better, right? He's got a very tough-looking face. He looks like he can take a lot of punishment, but I'm gonna test it on Saturday.
Lloreda, creo que es su nombre. Es muy striker, bastante largo. No sé aproximadamente cuánto mide, pero es un peleador interesante.
From what I've seen on his tape, I feel like I'm a lot better than him everywhere, but you never know with these guys until they're right in front of you in that cage, right? I'm saying my mentality is I'm ready for that, you know, that killed or be killed performance.
¿Qué puede esperar Lloreda? Puede ser porque soy un peleador también bastante explosivo y agresivo cuando me enfoco y he tomado peleas muy duras, he peleado con rusos y yo creo que él no va a ser más fuerte que él.
Entrando a la jaula, Marcos Lloreda.
Marcos Lloreda making his 7th walk to La Jaula, representing Spain, the United States, and his team, the Freedom Fighters. He wears a big C across his chest, not literally, but figuratively, as he is the team captain of Freedom Fighters. You see some of his teammates there just giving him his quick boost. Manolo on his side, his coach, and Alex. We've had this man, he's one of the top here in the welterweight division of Combate Global, but he has a tough test against Javier Basurto, who's won multiple championships in South America. What does Marcos need to do here to keep the momentum going and get that fighting streak going?
I mean, he just needs to do what he does best. He likes to strike. He was very impressed by the wrestling clinic that he put on in his last fight, but mainly just needs to make sure that his opponent, Javier, doesn't stand up on top of him.
And now Beatriz Callis. Introduction.
Su oponente, Javier Basurto.
Javier Basurto. He comes in, usually fights at 155 pounds. Took the fight within the last 3 weeks. He said, I'll take it. I've been DMing Combate Global since 2017. They finally got back to me. All right, I had to go fight in Russia and all these other places around the world. Had to earn a couple of championships to get my opportunity. And the day has come to take on one of the top welterweights in Combate Global. What are you looking forward to seeing El Cholo Basurto?
He knows that there's a lot on the line tonight. Marcos Lloreda is ranked #1, so a win against him would be huge. He's 23-9, 18 of those come by finish, and 12 of those by submissions, 7 by rear naked choke. So you know that he's going to be hunting that back, trying to get ground and pound if he is in that mount position. But Javier Basurto is no easy task, and Marcos Lloreda knows that.
Basurto, we've all had our fair share of broken hearts, but that's the reason why he started mixed martial arts. After he separated from his partner, he decided to walk into a gym to get his groove back, and that is the story that is told today as he enters La Jaula for the first time in his career. Head-to-head, 31 years old for Lloreda, 34 for Basurto. The height advantage does go to Lloreda compared to the 5'8" of Javier Basurto. But enough of the talking. Beatriz, let's introduce these men inside La Jaula.
Continuamos con mucha más acción. Este es el evento estelar de esta noche. We continue with much more action. This is the main event of the evening. División Peso Welter, Welterweight Division. Los jueces son, the judges are Elian Rodríguez, Lorenzo Toledo y Armando Álvarez. Y ahora, damas y caballeros, llegó el momento de un Combate Global. En la esquina azul, in the blue corner, wearing blue, vestido de azul, su peso oficial, 169.6 libras, his official weight, 169.6 pounds, with a pro record of 13 victories and 8 losses, con un récord profesional de 13 victorias y 8 derrotas. From Miami, Florida, repping the USA, Marcos, el Conquistador, Lloreda. En la esquina roja, in the red corner, wearing yellow, vestido amarillo, su peso oficial, 170.6 libras, his official weight, 170.6 pounds, with a pro record of 23 victories and 9 losses, con un récord profesional de 23 victorias y 9 derrotas. De Machala, Ecuador, Javier, el Cholo Basurto. El referee, Christopher Miñoki.
Ok, escúchame todo el tiempo, cuídate todo el tiempo. Obey my commands all the time, protect yourself at all time. Si quieres tocar los guantes, toca. Buena suerte a los dos.
Lloreda representing the United States. Basurto representing Ecuador. Both these men about to square off in our main event. 3 5-minute rounds of action inside La Jaula. And here we go, Basurto. Couple of championships in his career, over 30 fights. When you look at that on paper, Alex, that definitely calls attention, and Marcos Lloreda is not taking this man lightly whatsoever.
Yeah, and both these guys opening up their fights with some leg kicks to get people a little immobilized. And wow, look at Javier really taking the center of the cage. Marcos Lloreda is not going to let that slide for much longer.
During fight week interviews, Lloreda was honest. He said, hey, he's a tough dude. He can take a lot of punishment, but on paper, I'm a lot better. But you can never underestimate these guys. They come in there and it's a different beast, it's a different animal. What do you think, Alex, Marcos Lloreda needs to do here to get this victory?
He's definitely going to have to keep Javier at distance, and I think he's going to have to make the most of those scrambles when they do get to the ground. But it looks like these guys want to keep it standing for now.
Well, that's that wrestling. He said that he's been working on it a lot, working with Ray Fundora at Freedom Fighters. Great way of getting in both of those legs, gripping it together, pinning him to La Jaula. Now, his previous 2 victories, Alex, here in La Jaula have been by way of split and unanimous decision. If you're at the top of the food chain in the welterweight division, I'm sure you're looking for an impressive win here tonight.
Yes, when I asked Marcus what the ideal way for him to end this fight, he said, of course, I want to get a highlight reel finish, but I also want to be smart. I want to pick my spots wisely. Sometimes I catch myself standing all the time, but I want to be able to work in that wrestling too, which he did. He picked the best moment.
What happened here? Chris McNulty, referee, calling for something. Basurto trying to grab for the leg. And then I don't know, maybe it was a touching of the cage, La Jaula?
Because he's grabbing it too.
Yeah, I think
They're
it was
both grabbing it.
Yeah, I think grabbing La Jaula. All right, so he's saying that both of them touched they were both touching La Jaula. Can't hold that, can't touch it.
Okay, next one's the point.
All right, that's a warning there, and it was both of them. So he'll let it slide. They got their fair warning. They cannot put their fingers in La Jaula.
Let's see how that changes the momentum of the fight. Marcus did have him in a takedown position.
Great
now
way there.
Back to the feet.
Great way of Lloreda using that jab to keep Basurto at bay. Lloreda training with the Freedom Fighters, Ray Fundora, Manolo, and some of his folks out here supporting that. Have also competed in Combate Global, just as Justin, who had that ridiculous highlight reel last year with a flying knee.
And Javier really trying to work in some strikes here, but that jab keeping him at bay.
What's interesting to note, Alex, is when you usually typically fight at 155, now you're fighting at 170. So you got those, and now you probably weigh more than 170 at this point coming into the fight.
And I think the biggest thing is when you're going up in weight, you can't go in there scared. You're going to have to try to carry your power as much as you can, and that's what he's trying to do. Walking down Marcus, that's a big guy to be walking down, but he's doing it with confidence. Nice body shot.
And Marcus keep using that jab. He seems like he's having a lot of fun there. Little smile on his face while doing the action.
Yeah, Marcus keeps a little smirk on his face. I think it's funny. He always throws out a little wink, too, in his interviews. He's a character, and that's why he's the captain at Freedom Fighters, always bringing that good energy.
Attempted a takedown. However, nobody home as Cholo stopped him. Oh, attempt of a knee there.
That would have been vicious if it landed to the body, especially to that right side. Knee to the liver.
Ooh, never want to get hit anywhere, anything in the liver. Basurto trying to work. Great way of getting that kick way up high. Oh, beautiful
Nice.
Kick from Lloreda.
Starting to connect.
Great way of setting it up from transitioning from the kick to the takedown. However, it didn't go his way. Maybe that's something that he'll use down the line in this fight as we're still in the first round.
Yeah, combining the stiff jab with those kicks, we could see a knockout tonight if Marcus Lloreda keeps that up.
More of an attempt of a takedown, but Basurto is no slouch in the wrestling department. He's had his fair game. Basurto keep. Now the question is, how much? He's throwing in a lot of punches. Can he keep that pace as we get further down the line to fight?
And we definitely want to see Marcus start to push the pace more and walk his opponent Javier down. I think his last loss was CG45, and that was when he was having to back up a lot, getting himself tired and not being able to facilitate the action.
Lloreda getting creative, even attempted a spinning back fist, but nobody home. So he's wants to throw anything to throw Basurto off as he just keeps going forward, throwing punches, but that's about it. Very dimensional, one-dimensional.
And Javier's starting to work in some elbows, but Marcus too. When they're close in the pocket, they're really trying to slice each other open with those elbows.
There's a back kick from Lloreda. Basurto now trying to play the boxing, but he's not keeping those hands up, Alex, exposing his face.
A pretty tough one to score for the judges.
Great action so far in this welterweight contest, and we're only in the first round. We'll be back with more. To the break.
The cage.
Second round, Basurto out of Ecuador taking on Lloreda of the United States in a welterweight clash. For those joining us here for the first time on Fuse, welcome, bienvenidos. This is La Jaula of Combate Global. And we're in the second chapter of this bout, 5 minutes. And you hear the corner, Alex, of Marcos Lloreda telling him Basurto is tired. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep letting him come at you.
Yeah, and Javier really working in those kicks. They're starting to connect, and the pressure just is non-stop from both of these two.
Now we're seeing a brawl between these two. Forget the technique. Let's go.
It gets real interesting when they start fighting in the phone booth.
And you know, that's almost like betting a lot of money. That's like almost betting your house down at in Las Vegas, because you never know who's going to come out on top. As we look at the open scoring here, all judges seeing it for Lloreda in that first round. Because when you get in that phone booth action, Alex, I mean, anything can happen.
But we did see a lot of success from Marcos at distance. Those spinning kicks, having a stiff jab. I don't know if he wants to get into a dirty boxing match with a guy like Javier. Very stocky, very powerful in the pocket.
It could be dangerous waters if you do, but he's definitely following up with Basurto's boxing, not leaving anything behind. And you know, for those who don't know, who have not been in the cage, It's just an instinct. If he wants to brawl, more than likely you're gonna brawl too. It's just part of the game. As we look here, the real-time stats, the punches being thrown by Basurto and Lloreda. I mean, the difference is just out there. 112 compared to 78. And 56 have connected compared to 35. But more kicks have been thrown by Lloreda compared to Basurto.
And Lloreda getting the better of those takedowns. We'll see if he's looking for his moment here. Sometimes it seems when his volume gets a little low, it's because he's looking for an opening to attack on the wrestling side.
Well, the key is here will be endurance. That's gonna be the factor in this fight. This is 3 rounds, 5 minutes apiece. Lloreda, though, getting clipped there. He did say in that previous fight he got clipped, and once he got taken to his butt, got up, changed his gear. Maybe that's what's gonna take for Lloreda to change his fighting stance, although he did say, hey, I came to fight here like a zombie.
Lloreda's definitely gonna have to deal with that pressure. And another one,
flying knee
landed.
Basurto wants to make a statement. 2017 sending DMs, put me in combate. They put me in, I'm showing what I'm all about.
Let's see if Marcus can shake off the cobwebs a little bit, what he can do with that whizzer there, or deliver some body shots, maybe get back to distance. Because Marcus is throwing them, but just they don't seem to be doing as much damage, nearly as much as Javier's getting.
Basurto definitely can take a punishment. You look at some of his previous fights, Alex. This dude is built like a tank.
And you have to imagine that Marcus's corner knows that he won that last round, but can he keep things going and have that momentum from the first round? Right now, it seems like Javier's coming out with vengeance.
Basurto has made his rounds, has competed all over the world, Russia and South America. He even said, hey, I've taken on Russians, I'll be fine. Those are his words. He was very confident about this. Once again, here's a real-time stats. 139, and out of those, 66 have landed for Basurto, compared to 99 of Lloreda, with 41 connecting. 2 takedowns for Lloreda. The effectiveness, though, pretty almost even.
It would be awesome to see some shoulder strikes here. A little level change from Marcus against that cage. Against a shorter opponent like that, that could be lethal.
When you're taking a shorter opponent, sometimes the taller fighter gets a little exhausting because you gotta bring down the level. You gotta bring that level of fight.
Starting to see a little bit more work with that stiff jab, some powerful hooks here. But again, Marcus always on the back foot, able to use some counter striking, and now starting to see some volume.
Seems like he's trying to soften him up to work the takedown. He definitely wants to take this fight to the ground.
About 40 seconds left in this round. Let's see who can get the better of the short time they have left in round number 2.
What a way to kick off the 2024 season. Getting you ready for this year and getting you ready for the Dune movie dropping on March 1st with all this action.
A lot of action being delivered tonight too on Fuse TV for the first time, a great partner of ours. And we have to represent. We got to bring the action like they are tonight.
Dude, I don't know if you're grabbing your popcorn or not. Grab it right now. You're going to have a minute or two as we get ready for more action. The last and final round after the break in this welterweight clash. This is your round. That is what the corner of Lloreda is telling him. Welcome back. Fuse, final round in this welterweight main event between Basurto and Lloreda.
And Marcus is the only fighter on this card, the hometown boy. So a lot of people in the crowd right now are rooting for him, and it seems like it's energized him quite a bit.
But you know what? This is the window of the Americas, or the home to the Americas in Miami. We got a lot of folks here from Ecuador, Alex.
Yes, we see the Ecuadorian flag here cheering on Javier, and he is not giving up either. Walking down Marcus, and now we get to look at this open scoring.
Even Stevens! And both of the corners said, hey, it's tied 1-1. You need to bring it. Basurto, much to
Everything
prove.
comes down to this final round, Rodolfo. Couldn't have written a better script
Holy
for how this
cow.
fight could be going.
I'm going to tell you, for those folks that are joining us, maybe seeing for the first time Combate Global on Fuse, I hope you're enjoying yourselves, because boy, oh boy, do we have a good one so far for you.
The energy in here tonight is absolutely insane.
Toe-to-toe, Basurto not leaving anything behind, and Lloreda answering back with some shots, getting in a boxing match right here, both toe-to-toe.
Yes, Basurto really making the most of those uppercuts. If one of them lands, that could really do some damage, especially from a shorter fighter coming in with all that power, that stocky build that he has. Ooh, Marcus has got to be careful, especially being on the back foot.
During the break, the corner of Lloreda says you need to forget about everything. It's all about these last 5 minutes. If you need to win, you need to do it all right here tonight. At this moment, he's still persisting and trying to get a takedown. Hasn't been effective, hasn't worked his way. Do you still go after it, Alex, if it hasn't worked?
It almost looks like he's feinting it, and he might be looking for a strike coming off of the feint. But now here we have the stats coming up, and a lot of volume from both fighters.
Yeah, lots of action punches coming, especially from Basurto. And the accuracy slightly going there to Basurto out of Ecuador. Lloreda testing himself, being creative with the spinning fist, have not worked, but he's trying to do anything and everything to get this victory. He understands that Basurto is not gonna quit. This guy's built as tough as nails, just took a nasty shot.
Nice left.
And he's a little woozy, but the guy's still there.
Will
Holy
Marcus
God.
capitalize on the dazed look on Javier's face? Let's see.
Ay, Dios mío. We keep going here back to back and forth. What a fight. Lloreda with a striking once again. Basurto just coming at him. It's more like, keep hitting me, Lloreda. You're not taking me down tonight.
It seems like Marcus is really making the most of the distance right now.
Basurto now with a takedown. And he's had several victories by way of submission and ground and pound. But so far, it doesn't seem it's going to be that way tonight.
I really like the way Javier's lining him up. He's keeping a hand on him and looking to land a tough elbow. But again, shooting now. A little bit of a desperation takedown. Maybe he's tired, or maybe he's just looking to close the distance and sneak in some type of short strike.
A takedown could be the difference in this round. That's why Basurto is hunting it down. Could make a major difference in this fight right now if Basurto were to take that takedown.
That's definitely not a way you want to lose to, by just a quick takedown at the end. Let's see if Marcus is able to keep the volume going. But right now, this is a back and forth battle. A welterweight war happening in front of our very eyes.
Two warriors leaving it everything inside La Jaula. If your heart ain't racing, you are not human.
And the damage is being worn a lot by Javier, but his strikes are also landing. They're just not showing as much on Marcus's face.
Oh, and Basurto with a desperate dare, spinning back elbow, but nobody hold on to that. I got the takedown. That could be the difference in this fight. With 36 seconds left, if he's able to ride it through all the way, it could be a victory for Lloreda again.
Yes.
You know the good old saying, never leave it to the judges. But hey, right now, you and I see it as Lloreda is about to take this victory home.
100%. It was 19-19 on all the judges' scorecards, a back and forth on the feet, but getting this takedown at the end, that is a clutch moment and something that only a veteran would see. He knew what he had to do, and he got it done.
It could be another victory for Lloreda, his third in a row inside Combate Global. We will make it official after this break. Will Lloreda pick up the win, or will Basurto make a statement in La Jaula? We will find out with the final result from our main event clash. A 3-round warfare, but we have a result. Beatrice Callis, let us know who took this one.
After 3 rounds of much more action, this is the final decision. Después de 3 vueltas de mucha más acción, esta es la decisión oficial. Los 3 jueces entregan tarjetas idénticas de 29 a 28. All 3 judges turn in identical scorecards of 29 to 28. All in favor of the winner by way of unanimous decision. Todos a favor del ganador por decisión unánime. Marcos Lloreda.
Marcos Lloreda makes it 3 in a row. 7th time he walked into La Jaula. He now is again victorious. What a great main event. We still have one more to go, but wow, Alex, back and forth, these two men. It was really until the last round that made the difference.
Yes, he continues his now a 3-fight win streak, and well-deserved. Very smart, very strategic towards and getting the takedown that he needed to get and solidifying that position by maintaining control. And a little bit of ground and pound towards the end, one late shot after to really seal the deal. But man, what a performance by our #1 welterweight, Marcos Lloreda.
You can't take anything away, however, for the defeated Ecuadorian Javier Basurto. He brought everything in here, and I'm sure the Combate Global crew is keeping a close eye, and maybe we see him here again because he was tough as nails. But let's take a look at the stats. 194 shots to Lloreda compared to 229 punches to Basurto. Wow. All right, but we still got more action ready for you. Erik Villasmil, Brandon Gonzalez up next. Combate Global is presented by Dune Part 2 in theaters March 1st.
They massacred their people and my father.
War is coming. You have the power to raise an army.
Use it.
I am Duke of the Racket!
Who taught you to fight like that?
Kill them all!
Your father didn't believe in revenge.
Hell, I do.
Dune, rated PG-13.
Combate Global is presented by Dune Part 2 in theaters March 1st. And those are beautiful sights there of Collins Avenue, but enough of the pretty talk. We got Erik Villasmil versus Brandon Gonzalez. Let's meet both these warriors.
Soy Brandon González, yo soy de Zacatecas, México. Siempre soñé poder representar a mi país y pues la verdad que me hace sentir muy contento de poder demostrar mi talento y pues todo mi trabajo duro. Considero mi estilo de pelea como un peleador explosivo y bastante movido, me gusta moverme bastante.
Mi nombre es Erik Villasmil y soy de Maracaibo, Venezuela. Mi última pelea en combate global fue contra Ismael Zamora, un peleador muy duro. Me cansé un poco en el segundo round y bueno, fue una pelea muy dura, me dejó mucho aprendizaje. Es un gran oponente y entrené, me preparé muy fuerte para volver.
Yo sé que él es un tipo duro, sé que le gusta ir también hacia el frente, sé que es peligroso con esos volados y he visto que tiene una muy buena patada de giro. Lo que yo quiero es imponer mi estilo y salir por la victoria y representar a mi país en este día tan importante que es el Día de la Bandera, ¿no?
Mi oponente se llama Brandon González, es mexicano. Sé que es un peleador más de piso, pero también puede desarrollar pelea de pies. Nosotros nos preparamos, hicimos la estrategia para desenvolvernos en la pelea.
Siento que esta pelea voy a salir más tranquilo, pero igualmente agresivo. Me gusta el intercambio, me gusta ir hacia adelante y pues espero una gran pelea.
Pueden esperar un show y soy un peleador muy completo y sé que va a haber una muy buena pelea.
Entrando a la jaula, Erik Villasmil.
Erik Villasmil representing Maracaibo, Venezuela. And I don't want to be a predictor here, but look, Venezuela just won a great baseball tournament, and I'm sure he wants to keep that momentum now in the world of mixed martial arts, and he's not a stranger to La Jaula. The last time we saw him inside the Jaula in competition, he came out, well, defeated. However, he said, I was a little tired. I made some adjustments in my fight game, Alex, and I've been working a lot of my boxing. Is that enough to get this victory against his opponent, Mr. Brandon Gonzalez?
It's definitely going to be a tough matchup, but I think the most interesting thing is that both these guys like to fight from the distance. Erik Villasmil, he's very entertaining because he does fun spinning kicks, spinning back elbows. Whatever he has in his arsenal is very entertaining.
All right, let's introduce now his opponent, Beatriz.
Su oponente, Brandon González.
Brandon El Prendido Gonzalez turns again here to La Jaula, coming out of the Entram Gym, training with the likes of Teco Quiñones, Pablo Sabori, see here compete inside La Jaula. And just like his opponent, Alex, he too is a very fun and exciting fighter, throwing some spinning kicks, leg kicks. But I think what gives him his advantage is his ground game. Has many victories by way of submission, Alex.
Yes, he started training at 11 years old because his brother got into MMA. He also had a soccer teammate that he saw at one of the MMA gyms, and he saw him doing that jiu-jitsu stuff. And he was like, how can I get into that? And he fell in love with it from there. He was born in 2000, so he's a young guy ready to show off his skill set at just 24 years of age.
2000, do not remind me that. All right, Villasmil out of Venezuela, 27-24 Gonzalez. Beatriz Calles, former introduction. Take it away.
Continuamos con mucha más acción. Este duelo en la división peso gallo. We continue with much more action this bout. In the bantamweight division, los jueces son, the judges are Jonathan Lane, Elian Rodríguez y Lorenzo Toledo. Y ahora, damas y caballeros, llegó el momento de un combate global. En la esquina azul, in the blue corner, wearing blue, vestido de azul, su peso oficial 135.8 libras, es official weight 135.8 pounds, con un récord profesional de 2 victorias y 2 derrotas, with a pro record of 2 victories and 2 losses. De Maracaibo, Venezuela, vía Atlanta, Georgia, Erik Villasmil. Introducing the red corner, la esquina roja, wearing red, vestido de rojo, su peso oficial 135.2 libras, es official weight 135.2 pounds, with a pro record 3 victories and only 1 defeat, con un récord profesional de 3 victorias y solo 1 derrota. De sangre mexicana, Zacatecas City, México, Brandon el Prendido González. El referee, Ramón Ramos.
Okay, we want one of those in dressing room, ¿verdad? ¿Tiene pregunta? ¿Tiene pregunta? Shaking up. Que Dios lo bendiga. Step back.
And there we have it. Mexico fighting on Mexican Flag Day, taking on Venezuelan Villasmil. Gonzalez out of the red corner, Villasmil out of the blue corner. And here we go, the final matchup here tonight on Fuse. Great to be on our new home. Alex, looking forward to this one. 135-pounder. Expect a fast-paced bout between these two exciting fighters.
Yes, the way these two fight, we could see a finish. They really go all in, really throwing caution to the wind.
Look out for those great heavy hands from Villasmil. He's just very fast-paced compared to Gonzalez. Of course, Villasmil training out of the Atlanta and ATT, coming out of Venezuela, made his home here in the United States. Wanted to compete. Oh, beautiful spinning kick there. Just lost his footing as he goes toe-to-toe. Back and forth, the right hand, Alex! Holy cow, but did Gonzalez have a strong chin?
Brandon Gonzalez gets dropped. He quickly recovers, but sometimes when you get dropped like that, it's a shot to your ego a little bit. But he seems to maintain calmness, shaking off the cobwebs, and Erik looking to capitalize. Woo!
He surely has no glass jaw. He's willing to put up the test going up against Villasmil. El Prendido, which roughly translates to the sharp one or the one that's always on point. And he's going to need that here against Villasmil, who's very sometimes unpredictable.
And Erik really throwing those haymakers, a lot of power being generated behind it, but Brandon trying to stay calm, looking for his own shots in the meantime.
And that's one thing that he stated. He was a little bit tired in that last fight, and taking those risks, taking those heavy shots, those spinning kicks, could take a lot of energy out of you, Alex.
Yes, 100%. He wants to be able to pick and choose the shots wisely. I mean, he just did one great one where he dropped his opponent, Brandon. But again, like you said, he doesn't want to gas himself out and just be throwing and missing and missing. He wants to be calculated, and he wants to find the chin at the right time.
Well, if we look at the record of the youngster Gonzalez here in Combate Global, he's 2-1. His last fight was against Arturo Vergara, who has somewhat of a similar fighting style, and Villasmil, who's quick pace, stand up, and he ended up pulling the victory by way of rear naked choke in the second round.
Submission.
So maybe that could be the plan of attack in this bout for Villasmil. His last fight was against Ismael Zamora, who's a very quick stand-up type of guy.
Oh, and he gets dropped again!
He got dropped there. Villasmil does not want to defeat again. He wants to go back.
And when I
get a
talked to
victory.
Brandon, he said that he was very aware of Erik's spinning attacks, and he said he was inspired by Alexa Grasso, who was able to get to the back of Valentina by timing those spinning kicks correctly. So we'll see if he'll be able to do that. It looks like he's waiting for his moment, but you can't wait too long against a guy against Erik. He's eventually going to be able to find you.
Erik here stepping inside La Jaula for the third time. His first time was back in August of 2022, defeating Daniel Malhani by way of knockout. And then in December, took on Ismael Zamora, ended up losing that fight in the third round by way of TKO.
Now we have 1 minute and 39 seconds left in the first round. I'm sure Brandon Gonzalez looking to get a little bit higher volume. In May, he'll have his 1-year anniversary training at Entrum Gym there in Tijuana, and he's living in a fighter house. It's called Casa Malia, with 2 other Colombian fighters in his room, completely dedicated to his fight game.
And when you talk about Colombia, we've seen many competitors out of that country who have
And he's to the back, his favorite position, gonna work in those 2
there it is.
hooks. This is where he wants to be.
We talked about that submission game. And as we stated, we've seen a lot of fighters here. Colombia, so many different parts of the world. We just saw Ecuador earlier on, Costa Rica, Combate Global. It's an area where we see all these type of talents from all parts of the world. Oh, trying to sneak in that knee, but nobody home.
Brandon definitely got a little excited with that back exposure, but those knees were doing some damage. But Erik being very smart, putting his hand down, being counted as a grounded opponent. Now we're back to distance, and Brandon laying with a stiff jab.
Ooh. Great back and forth between these 2 men. Erik Villasmil holding nothing back. It's a 135-pound clash between these 2. Flying knee attempt.
And this is the fun stuff about the bantamweight division. They don't look very gassed right now, you know? They seem really clear in the head and ready to go into the second round.
Oh, El Prendido might take this one down to the floor, but he will have not enough time to do any work as this contest, first round, comes to an end. We'll be back with more.
Puedes estar aquí. Circula, güey. Circula, tus fintas, estás plantando mucho, güey. Bajas mucho tus manos, tienes que tener tus manos bien arriba. Circula y trabaja también más tus piernas. Trabájale los volados. Está buscando los volados, tienes que esperarlo más, güey. No te traques en el intercambio, espéralo, güey. Sé inteligente, movimiento, punteando. Venga, venga.
Second round of action between Villasmil representing Venezuela and Gonzalez out of the red corner representing Mexico, fighting on Mexican Flag Day. And in between rounds, Alex, corner of Gonzalez. Hold on, hey, keep your hands up, fight smart. He's looking for those kicks, he's looking for those shots.
Interested to see the open scoring from round number 1, all going into the direction of Erik Villasmil. No surprise there. I think the heavier shots were being landed by Erik. But we'll see if Brandon will be able to get into his flow.
And that's the open scoring. The round going to Erik Villasmil. Lots time left here in this bout between Gonzalez and Villasmil. Oh, he felt that calf kick there. Villasmil, though, throwing them hands, not letting anything go.
And really showcasing some of his spinning assets. But they happen so fast. That gap in time of being able to get to the back is so small, but it's a window that Brandon has been preparing himself to capitalize on.
Yeah, very similar situation as we saw in that pass.
He's in the clinch.
Oh, he tried to sneak in an elbow from Gonzalez. Villasmil once again with those overhands and those spinning kicks. And it seems like Gonzalez just reading him like a book.
And when I talked to Gonzalez, if he likes to, work in the pocket, he says it's not really his thing. But in the clinch that we just saw there, being able to land those knees like he did, he might have some success. But we'll see what he wants to do at the distance here. Distancing his opponent, Erik. And keeping a nice head movement. The rhythm of the Mexican is really looking good right now.
Telling you, for those folks watching us infused, oh, great knee action in Muay Thai. Getting him in the Thai clinch. And I gotta give a shout out to the great canvas here in Combate Global, repping that dude color. Good thing they don't have to worry about those sandworms, you know, Alex?
Yes, that is 100% something that they could not be able to focus on right now when they have haymakers, spinning elbows, flying knees flying at them.
Things are a little bit more dangerous than sandworms right now. And that's March 1st, Dude Part 2 coming out in theaters. Check it out.
Yeah, that'll be a great movie night. A lot of action. Zendaya, Timothée Chalamet. A great cast. I think these guys should be casted in Dune. There could be some good stunt
keeping
doubles.
a close eye. Hollywood's keeping a close eye. And then right now, Gonzalez laying in those vicious knees.
And now he is straight up chasing Erik.
Great back and forth action. Now Gonzalez feels like he has the fight here. I think this was a strategy that it was. Let him gas out. Let him throw everything he wants. I'll get him in the latter part of the fight. Trying to get him on the floor. This is where Gonzalez likes to be. Many of his victories have come by way of submission. He feels very comfortable. And being on the bottom, on your back, is very exhausting. Especially for Villasmil, who has thrown a lot of these haymakers and spinning back fists. They really bring down your energy very low.
And he has a very high guard right now, looking to make the most of it, giving up his back, though. We'll see if Brandon's able to capitalize here on his favorite position.
He may get the hook in the body lock.
Locking in that body triangle.
It could be another potential rear naked choke victory for El Prendido. It's a tap right
and
there.
He gets the win with his favorite submission.
Another victory for El Prendido Gonzalez on a Mexican flag day. Oh, how sweet it is.
Making everyone from Tijuana right now proud, and his home country of Zacatecas. Congratulations, Brandon Gonzalez, getting it done with flying colors.
Incredible action from these two. We will be back to make it official after the break. And we are back. What a phenomenal victory for Prendido Gonzalez. Beatriz Calles with the official result. Take it away, Beatriz.
El tiempo oficial. 3 minutos y 40 segundos del round número 2. The official time. 3 minutes and 40 seconds of round number 2. And the winner, by way of submission, el ganador por sumisión. De sangre mexicana, Brandon Gonzalez!
Man, oh man, how sweet it is for this young man to pick up a victory here for Brandon El Prendido Gonzalez. 4-1, looking great inside La Jaula. We'll be back with more Combate Global. what a night of action, of mucha más acción, much more action. For those joining us on Fuse, our new home, thank you. And I hope that you guys enjoyed it, Alex, because boy, what an awesome fight card this evening.
We couldn't have ended it any better. Getting the finish like that from Brandon Gonzalez, a star on the rise, 100% guaranteed action.
Yeah, let's take a look here at this just last bout that occurred with Gonzalez taking on Villasmil of Venezuela. Alex, phenomenal victory for this young man, El Prendido Gonzalez.
And the resilience to be able to be dropped in the first round and then come back and get a submission in the second absolutely shows the grit that he's been building up there at Entrim Gym in Tijuana.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Plan of attack was get Villasmil tired as he kept on throwing those haymakers and spinning back kicks. Very patient, very calm, and that was the opportunity when he got him to the floor in that second round and got him in that rear naked choke.
Yes, and it was really those knees that were softening him up. When he got to the ground, though, and saw his opportunity to get to the back, sink those hooks in, it was lights out for his opponent, Erik Villasmil.
How sweet it is for this young man of Mexico on Mexican Flight Day to get this victory. Beautifully applied rear naked choke. 4-1 for this young man, looking oh so good inside La Jaula as he gets his hand raised. It is customized canvas of Dune too. Feels so awesome. There it is. There's the stats between these two. 71 punches to Robert Gonzalez and 92, but who cares? He won by rear naked choke. We'll be back with more Combate Global.
Well, I have many questions for you, but the
I have
first
many
one...
questions for you.
Okay, rolling in 3, 2, 1.
I talk to a lot of people, you know, the Latinos, all my paisanos, all the time, and the ones that don't have a visa or are illegal in here. If they have an accident, they hurt themselves.
I take them. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If they're undocumented, it doesn't matter. I can help them.
And what if I don't have money?
That you don't have to pay a dime.
So you don't have to. If I want to hire Sweet James, I don't need money.
No.
Why?
No, because you pay when we win. That's how you do it, and that enables anybody to use us. Rich or poor, doesn't matter.
What's the most money you've gotten for someone? Or
That was earlier this year. We got $22.7 million.
You are kidding me. I want to get injured and call you. No, I'm kidding. But oh my God, that's a lot of money. and probably they don't even know they can get that, right?
Yeah.
They don't even know. And probably other attorneys can tell them, you know what?
Yeah.
I'll give you 200,000, and then they take the other.
You are so right. All the lawyers play with the same rule book, right? But some of them know how to use it and some of them don't. We consistently have huge verdicts, huge settlements. I sleep better knowing and helping people. Like, the more people I can help, the better I sleep.
Wow, amazing stuff there from our good friend Sweet Gems, who was actually in the house here tonight enjoying the Mucho Más Acción. And of course, our biggest fan, Miss Kate del Castillo. Alex Wendling, what a night it has been. For those folks watching us for the first time on Fuse, we hope you enjoyed it. We still have much more action later on the season of 2024, Alex.
But just look at these ladies go to town. Veronica Vargas getting it done by split decision. It was a crazy win.
Right. Absolutely, Alex. For everyone here on Combate Global, Stafford Off Roman, Alex Wendling. Till next time, have a great evening. Cheers, everyone.